Rushing yards. Whew, turn away if you're a Colorado fan. You might want to click off the video right now. As you hound this team at 6 losses, mind-blowing. Okay, guys. Well, I guess I might as well get you a... I mean, this isn't like a real live reaction because this game's over. I think the... Yeah. Look at this. Hold on, zoom in. Devin Neal. I'll talk about him in just a second. 196 rushing, 276 total yards. Holy schmoly. And it's 3rd and 8, and I bet he runs it down Colorado's throat. Watch this. I guarantee you he runs it down Colorado's throat. I can't show too much, I'm going to get copyrighted. 3rd and 8. Kansas doing an audible. They're going to run it here. Yep, hand it off to Neal. Make a cut. Just short, but got to 4th and 1, and they'll run it again here. Guess what? Colorado can't do nothing about it. They can't stop them because they ain't been able to stop Devin Neal all day long, or anybody for that sake. This one's over. 1 first down away. Let me shut this door. I mean, there's a lot to talk about with this game. I really don't want to start doing the recap till it's officially over. But here's the first thing we got to talk about, guys. You're not going to win any football game if you can't stop anybody. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Kansas was 8, or no, because they'll just get this first down and take knees. They were 7 for 7 on all their drives. They scored on every single drive. Granted, Colorado's offense was kind of wishy-washy today. Travis Hunter did his thing. He should win the Heisman, best player in the nation. But the storyline of this game is Devin Neal made you, Devin Neal made you his you-know-what. I ain't going to say it, but you know what I'm saying. He made you his blank tonight. 4th and 1, they're going for it. Oh, what do you think they're going to do? I'm going to take a wild guess and say they run it with Devin Neal. As they hand it off to Neal. Oh, yeah, and he just runs over everybody. That puts him to over. Yeah, now he's got to be at like 210 rushing yards. Because on 3rd and 8, he had a $196. He got 7 yards. Yeah, he's close to like 210. Hey. Clap it up to Devin Neal. It was a combination of Kansas is hot. And Colorado didn't play that good on defense. All right, yeah, this one's over, so I guess I can turn it down a little bit. We can start recapping this. And I do want to make this a short. I always say that. They're never going to be short. You know how your boy Matt is. I get to talking and stuff. But I do want to make this short because Alabama kicks off at 6:30. Don't want to miss that one. That is my team, for those of you that don't know. Let's turn this down because this is over. Final score is going to be 37-21. Shout out to Kansas, man. That's a hard thing to do. They've had a lot of games this year in which they should have won. They wound up losing. I think every game this year for them was like a 1-possession loss that they did lose. And they could have tucked their heads between their knees and said, oh, this ain't our year. Why me into a pity party? And they didn't do that. They said, you know what, we got to keep fighting. And that is not 1, not 2. But 3 straight top 25 wins. And I got to clap it up again for that. I respect it. It is real easy in this life when just life is knocking you down to say, life's got this one. But no, Kansas didn't do that. First team in FBS history with a losing record to win 3 straight games. Wow. If you are a competitor or a former competitor, like myself, you know that's just so admirable, and much respect to Lance Leipold and that Kansas football team. Really respect that. I can't emphasize it enough. It would have been easy for them to just give up on this year, but they didn't. They kept fighting, and they're now 5-6, and one more win, they make it to a bowl game, and if you win the bowl game, it's not really a bad season. You know, for their standards, what they were hoping to do this year will be a quote-unquote bad season, but 7-6, that is more than respectable. That's above 500, especially if you get a upset in the bowl game. Devin Neal, 207 rushing yards, 287 total yards, 4 tutties, 4. He putting up White Randy numbers. Although, you know, I wasn't a running back. I did one day in 7th grade PE class have, I think it was like 263 total yards of offense. I did one up them though. I had 6 touchdowns that day, but that's neither here or there. We're here to talk about Kansas, and you know, I hate this, and I'm victim of this myself. Pull up the whiteboard, we'll pull up some of these numbers. Sorry, I got this jacket on. Kind of cold in the house. Let me take this off. Whenever, like, for example, Alabama loses, the storyline isn't, oh, Vandy won, the storyline's Alabama lost, if you get what I'm trying to say. Same thing here. The storyline of this game isn't going to be Kansas won, it's going to be Colorado lost. And yeah, that's it. No playoffs for you, no Big 12 championship, unless I'm highly misinformed. Yeah, it's over. So here's the thing, you still shouldn't view this season as a failure. It's been a fabulous season, but this is really disappointing. They were supposed to win this game, and yeah, came up a little bit short. It sucks. I feel for the Colorado fans. We have a big Colorado fan base on the channel, and I know I don't say it a lot, but I greatly appreciate you guys, and I have a ton of empathy and a ton of sympathy for you in this situation. I've been here as a fan myself. It sucks. I just want to say real briefly, I do greatly appreciate y'all and all the support we get from the Colorado fan base, and you know, shout out to Travis, Bucky, Shiloh, all them guys. They've been an extremely entertaining team to watch this year, and it's been fun. It's really going to be a bummer to see Travis and Shadur head to the next level. But hey, you know, they got old Julian Lewis coming in. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's talk about this game. Like I was saying, you're probably tired of me saying it, Devin Neal, he was a workhorse. He was a monster. And let's get down to writing some stats on the whiteboard, because that is why you are here. With everything I have written on this board, this number should stick out to you the most. Oh, sorry, over here a little bit. Sorry for that, guys. My apologies. 7. Now I know what you're sitting here saying. Matt, what in the heck does this number represent? Well, I hope you know what it represents, my friend, because this is the most important part of this Colorado and Kansas football game. Here's what we need to talk about first. Sorry, somebody texted me. 3rd down conversions. Colorado was, okay. I kind of like, no, we'll just do this. 3 for 7. Double checking here, yeah. But here was what really hurt Colorado. Sure, that's a good percentage right there. Kansas was 9 for 14. 9 for 14. They couldn't get off the field. Because look, what Kansas did all day, run the ball down Colorado's throat. So it's not like Kansas had a bunch of 3rd and 9s, 10s, 11, 12s, etc., etc. No, a bunch of their 3rd downs were at 3rd and 2, 3, 4, even 1 yard, and you just run it, and it makes it easier. And when you run the ball, it tires out the defense. And yeah, I mean, you know what happens when you run the ball. You don't need me to explain it to you. You're grown up and whatnot. Rushing yards. Whew, turn away if you're a Colorado fan. You might want to click off the video right now. Colorado 42. Shocker. I think I said in the preview they might get 50 at max. I said anything past 50 rushing yards is a cherry on top. If they can get 70 or 80, that's a dream day. 42, kind of what I expected, but I didn't really expect this. Do you see that? Do you see that? 3 hundo. 3 hundo. And 31 yards. A 300 burger. I ain't gonna hold you. 331 rushing yards is insane in a Power 4 football game. 331. And what made it even worse is you knew they were going to run the ball, and you couldn't stop them, especially later in the game. It's hard to even believe this is real. 331 to 42. We got to circle that as well. That is, yeah. I was going to say a big reason. No, it is the reason why Kansas won this game. Draw a bunch of freaking arrows to it. Inexcusable. 331. Kansas had 29 first downs. Colorado had 15. Colorado was 0 for 2 on 4th down. Kansas was 2 for 2. I mean, Kansas won almost every single category except for passing yards, which we know Colorado's always going to win because, well, they got Shadur Sanders, the best quarterback in the nation. If you are curious, I will write down Shadur's numbers, and I'll write down Devin Neal's numbers because both of them deserve to be written down. Shadur went, and we'll just do this in live time, 23 for 29. Great. 266 passing yards, and I know he had 3 touchdowns. Yeah, he didn't have interceptions, just double checking. 3 touchdowns or INTs. He's great, man. I feel like it's Groundhog Day. I said the same thing over and over and over when I talk about Shadur. It feels like I'm writing down the same stats from last week, the week before. He just doesn't mess up, rarely if ever. Yeah, I think he took 1 to 2 bad sacks tonight. I was like, oh yeah, dude. Shadur got lit up like a couple times. I felt like, it wasn't a huge outcome on the game. Kansas still would have won. But Kansas low-key kind of playing a little dirty, but you kind of expect that. I mean, I even made a video last night telling you how things were getting intense with Kobe Bryant and Travis Hunter. Like, you knew Kansas was going to kind of play that way. But I thought they were kind of like, on the one play when they sacked Shadur, they were like still shoving him in the ground. I'm like, dude, get off of him. Like, you already sacked him. And then the one super low hit on him. I know what you're saying. Well, Matt, you're not supposed to hit him high. Yeah, but taking on a guy's legs like that, kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Maybe some of y'all think I'm a weenie for saying that. It just seemed like I don't know. I'm not going to say too much more about it. Y'all be the judge in the comment section. Devin Neal, pull up his stats. Woo! We'll write him up here. Kind of ran out of room here at the bottom. 37 carries for 207 yards. He had 287 total. Sheesh. That man was on demon time in the night. Good googly moogly. 287 total yards as a running back is insane. And that's all I really need to write down, guys. You don't need to see much more. Travis, I think he wound up with 2 touchdowns. He did his thing. I do hate this for Travis and like the Heisman aspect because this does hurt his chances because the team lost, but he should be fine. Heisman voters should look a little past that. But there's not much more to say, guys. Do you want me to sit here the next 6 minutes and continue to say Kansas dominated Colorado? I don't think so. I don't think you want to see that. I want to hurry up and get this video edited and uploaded before the Alabama game. Yeah, tough loss for Colorado. I'm not going to try to be too harsh and critical on you. I also think we need to, like I've done before, clap it up to Kansas. They played a great game. I'm not going to sit up here and say Kansas is a really good team because, well, they're 5-6. Yeah, 5-6. But they are one of the hottest teams in the nation. And I said in the preview video, if you're a Colorado fan, please do not take this team lightly. They are legit. You don't upset 2 top 25 teams back-to-back because you're not good or you're not playing good football. My apologies. And now that's 3 straight top 25 upsets. Is there a hotter team in the nation outside of Kansas? I don't know. And there's a legit argument right now that Kansas is one of the best teams in Big 12. But it's so hard to even say that because you can't just look at the past 3 weeks. You have to look at their entire body of work. And they got 6 losses. As to how this team has 6 losses, mind-blowing. Many more things I could say. Let me know your thoughts down below. But